is, first of all, they don't eat enough. They typically come from other experiences of diets that they tried out, and all of these diets were on a calorie restriction basis. Do not calorie restrict on the carnivore diet. We eat until we are not another bite full, and you should eat again when you're hungry. The second thing that people do wrong on the carnivore diet is they eat out of emotional reasons. They come from habits that they had in their past experiences, and they come from emotional eating. They saw eating and snacking as something to lift them up, and it's a mistake. Even on the carnivore diet, you can overeat. You can eat too much snacks like biltong and droewors and cheese for emotional reasons, just to make you feel better. You can also consume products like milk in excess, which will take you out of ketosis. It might make you feel better in the moment, but you'll pay the price later because you'll have inflammation. So eat only for the right reasons, and the only right reason to eat is when you are hungry. You should only eat when you're hungry. Do not portion control. Eat enough, but don't overeat. Change your relationship with food. The third mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they add sugary sauces and spices with sugar in it and MSG in it, and all kinds of products like gluten and emulsifiers and stabilizers and even lectins in it. And at the end of the day, you are compromising your health. You are compromising your taste buds. You are compromising your insulin resistance. You are doing the carnivore diet for a very specific reason. Be as strict as you can with it, because the stricter that you can be, the easier you make it for yourself. The moment you add sugary sauces like mayonnaise, ketchup, tomato sauce, Worcester sauce, all these products, like Six Gun, and even the braai salt that we typically know that comes in that orange bottle. If you turn that bottle around, and you'll see there's hydrogenated seed oils in it. Fourth mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they cook with the wrong oils. So they will still use canola and sunflower oil to cook with, or they will still use products like Batro or any of the margarine or plant-based fat spreads. Only cook with real butter. Only use real butter. You can buy it very cheaply or affordably. The fifth mistake on the carnivore diet is to cheat and think you can have a cheat day or you can have a cheat snack. You are going to hold yourself back. And it starts with the basics. Like I said, I've cut out milk, and since I cut out milk, all my cravings went away. So they call it carb creep. Products like cheese still do have carbohydrates in them. Butter has 0 carbohydrates in it. Milk has too much carbohydrates. It's got 47 grams in a liter of milk. In a liter of cream is 23 grams of carbohydrates, but it's still much. In my opinion, only use butter. But you should absolutely not have cheat days, because that cheat day, it will take you 1 or 2 days to get back, and then also you will be out of ketosis, and emotionally you won't feel good about having cheated on your diet, and you might have picked up more weight if weight loss was your goal over that 1 or 2 cheat days, and it's not worth it. The 6th mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they are not serious about the carnivore diet, or they're not serious about the health. I always say that I can't want your health more than you want it. So I've met many people who start the carnivore diet, but they're not serious about it. They're not serious about their health, and they don't follow through. Most of the people who make a success with the carnivore diet actually understood the seriousness of their health situation, and they realize they don't have a choice, because the path that they were on with their bad eating habits was a path of death. And it was just a matter of time before they would either die of heart complications or diabetes complications, or get Alzheimer's, or get any other type of problem, or they may already have certain type of problems and they realize they are on a destructive path. They cannot proceed on this path. The seventh mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they listen to negative people. They listen to people that give bad advice. And here's how you should handle those kind of people. You ask them one question, and you ask them, how long have you been doing the carnivore diet? It's the only question you need to ask them. And if they say, no, I've never tried it, then you don't take advice from them, because they do not know what they're talking about. Talk to people that has been on the carnivore diet for more than a year. I know people that has been on the carnivore diet for more than 13 years. I am 4 years on the carnivore diet. I'm on the lion diet, the stricter version of them all. The question is, who should you believe? And I always say, look at the results. So with the carnivore diet, we are reversing type 2 diabetes within 18 days. The carnivore diet is bioavailable and nutrient dense. It's the proper human diet. It is sustainable. It has all the nutrients that your body needs. The ninth mistake that people make on the carnivore diet is they expect miracles too soon. They look at the bathroom scale and they want that scale to go down very quickly. And it's not always the case, because sometimes there are healing processes that goes on in the body, and you need to be patient with your healing. One of the biggest mistakes that people make on the carnivore diet is they look at the carnivore diet as a quick fix, 2-week diet. It is not. The carnivore diet is a lifestyle, and you should look at your healing at least over a 6 months period to a year, or even longer. It depends on how sick you are. Have faith in the process. Your body is more concerned about your hormonal levels, your blood pressure levels, your glucose levels, triglyceride levels, cholesterol levels, energy levels, how you feel. Are you having optimal energy and health, than the bathroom scale? The bathroom scale will go down if that is your goal. But remember, the bathroom scale measure water weight, bone weight, muscle weight, fat weight, and inflammation weight. And as I said, there are healing processes that happens, and you must be patient with your healing. The 12th mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they don't get their support group in order. With other words, the first step in the support group is to talk to your doctor. You should talk to your doctor, because your doctor have to help you to make your medicine less, to reduce your medicine as you heal. But also, you have to talk to your family members. And I know sometimes it's difficult, but it's always great to get family members on board. And sometimes it can even take years before family members come around and start to follow your example. So the biggest gift you can give your family members is your health, and start from that point. Have strong reasons why you do what you do, and then you will be successful. The 13th mistake people make on the carnivore diet is when they get a setback, they quit. It does not matter how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up that is important. So if you made a mistake and you ate something that you shouldn't have, get up and get back to the basics and do the carnivore diet in the right way again. So do what made you successful in the first place. Sometimes you can experience a weight loss stall. I had friends who lost a lot of kilos, and then suddenly, for some reason, the bathroom scale didn't go down for a month and a half. You have to be patient with your progress and with your healing, and you must have a long-term perspective with the carnivore diet. The 14th mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they still use alcohol. Now, I know there are some people on the carnivore diet that use alcohol sparingly, and they manage to have success. But I also know more people that started the carnivore diet and they continue to use alcohol, and the alcohol holds them back. Alcohol in any form will push up your uric acid levels, and it will hinder your weight loss if weight loss is your goal. Of course, beer is the worst, hard liquor is better, and red wine is also better. But any alcohol in any shape or form will hold you back. The 15th mistake is people still drink cold drinks, zero type of cold drinks, and flavored water. Although it does not contain sugar, it contains acesulfame and aspartame and sucralose, which is 400 and 600 times sweeter than sugar. And that will keep your cravings, and also in the phallic phase, which means when you put it in your mouth, will trigger a small insulin secretion. So although it will not influence your sugar, it will influence your insulin, and it can influence your insulin resistance. My suggestion is to look at butter coffee. So mistake number 16 is to drink coffee that is not coffee, and that is Recoffee and other brands of chicory. So that is not real coffee. Chicory has more carbohydrates in it than does coffee like Nescafe Classic. Of course, the best option would be to have brewed coffee or filtered coffee, but many people don't have that option. So just use something like Nescafe Classic, and in my opinion, only put butter in it, no milk, and of course don't use any sugar or sweetness, because as I said, the sweetness will hold you back. The 17th mistake people make on the carnivore diet is they start to add things back. They are a few weeks into the carnivore diet, and then they start to miss the potato or the mushrooms or the onions and all these tasty things. And look, it is very tasty, make no mistake, but those things does not belong in the carnivore diet. And because people have emotional connotations to food for social events, etc., they start to add these things back, and they say, oh, I'll just put a little bit in. And that's the beginning of the downward spiral. So don't add things back. There are no place for things like bread or pasta or potato or sweet potato or onions or mushrooms on the carnivore diet. If you want to consider other types of diets, you can look at Banting and Ketovore, which are 20 grams, 20 grams, and 10 grams of carbohydrates respectively, and does allow for some of those products, not the starchy part, not the potato and the sweet potato, but things like the mushrooms and the onions would be allowed there. And of course, the low carbohydrate fruit and vegetables, those would be allowed. But that is video number 83 on my blog. Do check it out. So my suggestion is to wait a couple more months before you, if you want to change to something like the keto diet or the Ketovore diet. But many people stay with the carnivore diet, and like I said, myself, I've never been keto or Banting or Ketovore. I've been on the carnivore diet for 4 years, and I'm now on the Lion diet, which is only red meat and water. Mistake number 18 on the carnivore diet is not to eat fatty enough. People don't eat enough fat, and they overeat on the protein, and then they feel lethargic. Fat will give you energy. Fat will also help you not to become constipated. If you eat too much protein without fat, you can become constipated. Don't worry if you can't consume a lot of fat at the moment. You will be able to tolerate fat later on in your carnivore journey. Mistake number 19 is to overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. I only eat rump steak for breakfast and for dinner. You can cook in a very interesting way. There are recipe books on my blog. There is a carnivore diet idea playlist on my YouTube channel, and there are people that can cook much better than I. But don't think for one moment it's necessary to be able to have variety. You don't need variety. What you need is health. But it is possible to have variety, and many people manage to cook in that way. Use only single ingredient spices, salt, and use coarse salt, pink Himalayan salt, Kalahari salt, or coarse sea salt. Some people don't like the coarse sea salt, so stick to pink Himalayan salt. Avoid the refined spices. It has gluten in it and anti-caking agents that will cause you to have gut permeability. And many of the spices has oxalates in it. Even pepper and garlic has oxalates in it, and people that struggle with gut permeability should avoid it. Mistake number 20 is people still buy products that are not carnivore. So they might still buy wors, boerewors, which is 80% meat and 20% plant protein, sugar, MSG, emulsifiers, stabilizers. They also might buy processed meat like bully beef or Viennas that has got plant protein in it. Don't buy those products. They cost the same rand per kilo as real meat. Mistake number 21 is people drink coffee creamers, 3-in-1 coffees, which is sugar. And of course, the coffee creamer is made from plant hydrogenated seed oil. Don't use it at all. And mistake number 22 is some people drink fruit juice, which is a bad idea. Fruit and fruit juice is not allowed on the carnivore diet. It goes back to sugar. It's not part of the carnivore diet. So to summarize, the rules of the carnivore diet is: don't calorie restrict. Eat until you're not another bite full. Don't put sweet taste in your mouth. Cook with saturated fats, such as real butter, animal fats, or olive oil, or palm, or coconut oil. And only eat animal products, anything that comes from an animal. And see food as an energy source, not something to lift you up. Change your relationship with food.